Changi Airport, Terminal 1, because we are gonna fly to Italy for holiday. Say hi. We are going to be taking Turkish Airlines this time because one SQ ticket can buy 2 Turkish Airlines tickets. I'm gonna do a Turkish Airlines economy class review plus tips on how to be a good passenger coming from an ex-cabin crew. And then also then went to Lululemon to buy stuff, and then the lady was asking me about my Lululemon bag, which I just bought for this trip. And then we started chatting lah. Then after that, they were so nice. After the purchase, she gave us a little bag of free gifts, like really cute Singapore stickers.
Oh, the stickers?
Yeah, there's stickers inside.
I love stickers.
And a stretch guide, and all of the stretch guides, right, are the stretches that you can do in a seated position. It's so cute. In this bag, there is also a hand lotion, like 100 ml. It's green tea cassis, and it's from Link Artisan. And then there is also hand sanitizer and also lavender essential oil roll-on. So thoughtful, right? So our trip is off to a very good start, and we are boarding in 20 more minutes. So we'll see you on the plane later. We're on board now, and this is what they gave us on the seat. We have a blanket, but because it's not in a plastic wrap, I'm not going to use it. We have headphones and a little amenity kit. Mine is in this bluish print, and then got like a green color one. Oh, and of course a pillow too. It's very squeezy. The person in front of me has already reclined his seat, but's in the little pouch. Oh, he opened. Okay, he's already opened his. Oh, get a pair of slippers, eye shades, and socks, earplugs, toothbrush, and toothpaste. This is better than SQL. Like the pouch is nicer also. Anyway, I may or may not get paid for this, but as an ex-crew, I know that the cabin floors are like super dirty. So I've used the blanket to put my bag. So to be a good passenger, right, what you can do on flight is have your seat belt upright and then your seatbelt fastened, and then all of your bags fully underneath the seat in front of you, so that the cabin crew won't have to ask you to do it. You cannot be charging your devices also, and you cannot be listening to your own music or watching your own show. You either have to remove it or it has to be connected to their system in order for you to use it during takeoff and landing. Anyway, this is the leg room that we have. Like, I'm not very tall, but my knees are almost touching, and then touching already. Can you keep your legs together? Okay, he cannot keep his legs together. Yeah, the leg space is quite small. These are the movies that they have, and it's quite recent. Like, there's Wicked, there's Moana 2. We have just taken off, and another tip is that if you have a bottle like an Owala or something with a really small spout, what you can do to prevent your water from splashing to the ceiling is to just twist open the entire bottle first to release the air pressure, screw it back, and then pop open the lid, because splashing water all over the floor has happened to me many times when I was on board. They've just come by to give us a menu, which is very helpful. Airlines, actually, you can find the menu online. It will be great if you are someone who has a hard time deciding what food to get on board, to go and look at the menu first, so that when the crew comes to you, you can very quickly tell them what you want. For supper, we have chicken mamasan with turmeric rice or penne with tomato sauce. For the drinks, I think what's interesting is the sour cherry, so that's probably what I'm going to try. Water. Anyway, there is Wi-Fi on the plane. You just have to join their Miles and Smiles program. You can only use it to do like WhatsApp, like text messaging apps. Anyway, here's a tip, right? If tried to join the Wi-Fi and it doesn't open up that login page. This is what I used to do as a cabin crew. So just type 1.1.1.1 and then this will pop up. One of my pet peeves when I was a crew, right, was when I reach the row that I'm going to serve and I look at the passengers, they make direct eye contact with me but they still have their headphones on, and then after I tell them the entire menu, they look at me and like, huh? So I think the best thing you can do as a passenger is when you see the crew approaching, just pause your movie and give them your attention. Remove your headphones so that you can hear them. As I got like a little bit more senior, I would just look at the passenger and smile and then like do this and like remind them to remove their headphones before I started talking, because can you imagine already having to repeat the same thing for so many rows and then having to repeat it again because the passenger was not paying attention to you. But anyway, the guy is approaching us soon, so we're gonna get served soon. So Mama San chicken with turmeric rice, beetroot salad, garden salad, and then chocolate cake in a bun. I got sour cherry drink, then got Coke, and then he got pasta. Show your pasta. It just looks like regular pasta. Righty, let's eat. Oh, the rice quite nice. It's very flavorful. Do a voiceover for this part because the audio is really bad. But anyway, I wanted to say that another pet peeve that I had when I was flying was that people like to stack their trays when they are gonna return the tray. For example, they will stack all the casseroles and all the side plates all onto one tray like you would do in a restaurant, and they think that they're helping, but they're really not, because it's not gonna fit into the cart. So if you really must stack your trays, what you want to do is stack one tray entirely on top of another tray with all the contents on it. Now after the meal service, this is usually when I'll start seeing people put on like their face mask or skincare. I personally wouldn't, just because of how dirty everything on the plane is. If I have to put something on my face, it will only be like a facial spray. I don't have to actually use my fingers and touch my face. So last time, even on board, like with makeup on, I would just use a facial mist and maybe lip balm if my lips were super dry, but otherwise I wouldn't really do anything else. Anyway, it's really late now, so it's time to go to bed. Good night! So it was breakfast time and I was saying that I didn't get much sleep because it was really noisy on the plane. We were seated near the end of the aircraft and it was quite close to the toilet, so every time the toilet door opened it would be super bright and then the door would slam and then I would wake up, and because we were so close to the galley we could also hear the crew just chatting. It was really uncomfortable, but the reason why we took the seats close to the back of the aircraft was because at the back the configuration was 232, so then I could sit together without having to share with another stranger. Since it's like breakfast time now, I also have a little rant about coffee and tea orders that I used to get. So sometimes they'll just tell me they want a black coffee or black tea, and then I'll come back with like just a black coffee, right? And then they'll ask me, where's my milk and sugar? So I just like to say that black coffee and black tea just does not come with milk. It's good to be very clear with your coffee and tea order. Then I have a coffee with milk and sugar, a milk with 2 sugars. Just be as specific as possible so that the crew doesn't have to go back and forth so many times. They ran out of the pancakes, so we only have scrambled eggs left. So jam and butter. Wow, the egg damn soft. Little bit disappointing considering how good supper was. We have just landed and we have about 1 hour and 45 minutes to find our next gate and get on our next flight to Milan. Security is so unnecessarily stressful. Why do people have to be like shouting all the time? On to the next flight. This time we are on a A350, but it's just a short flight. It's 2 hours and 55 minutes from Istanbul to Milan. We are in Italy! What are your thoughts of Turkish Airlines?
Second leg was good.
He said second leg was good because the aircraft was like much newer and the entertainment system is more intuitive also and more reactive. Like the touchscreen was actually really quite good and I had quite a bit of fun playing games on the screen. Food wise, I think only the first service food was good though. The second and third services were not that nice.
943.
See?